Hmm. Okay. The audio check is good. Today, implementing arrays in my new selfish language. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Why is this off-putting? Why is it off-putting? Hmm. Hmm. Hey, what's up, KY? What's cracking? What is cracking? No, I gotta have something better. Something to find if a variable is in the current scope. Yeah, have it by index. Might need to do the opposite. The opposite. I need to know if the variable name is in the current scope. Yeah. Yeah. The problem is, if I have index, I could just bring name in here. Could just bring the name right in there. Let's see, why not? Emmanuel, welcome back. Welcome back. Ross, what's up? How's it going, Ukrainian brother? Okay, that would find it. Bring back to where I was. Work. Work, work. Well, think about it this way. Treat that job as your stepping stone towards the next work that is fun, or a way to save money so you can do things that you actually enjoy. You know what they say, if you love the work you do, if you have a job that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. It's kind of like this, working on this language. Oh, it's so fun. It is so fun in the bun. The problem is actually, I don't like this stupid helper actually. I really don't. I kind of want to just... Because I actually want is a variable. Because I'll be needing to do that anyway. Right. Oh, that's kind of silly. I'm already checking a bunch of... Oh, this is adding a variable, so that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This is dot access. Going for the variables. Yeah, it's kind of silly to go for all variables like that. Might be easier. Well, no, I'll just make it to do. Instead of going over all variables, only go over the ones in scope. Yeah. So that way I don't need to do this nonsense. But... Okay, I need to make sure this thing gets set somewhere. Who sets it up? This guy. One more place. Right. Right. So many errors handling, dude. So much to handle. So much. So much to teach. Variable is not declared or not available in the scope. Okay. Have I experienced snow this year? No, I live in an extremely warm part of the planet. Extremely warm. So I've experienced brief displeasure of a slightest cold. Including getting a freaking cold. Jesus Christ. I've been streaming for 2 weeks because of that nonsense. But no. I have left the snowy parts of planet long ago. Luckily, United States is still free enough and big enough where I can just choose to live in a warmer climate. So that part's been fine. Alright. So if I know that it's a valid variable... Wait, this is actually not true. Hold on. Then this has to be an array access. Zornik, will I make my code public? This one I could, I guess, I suppose. I mean, honestly, I could even put it on GitHub right now. There's not much. There's maybe like 5,000 lines of code of it so far in the compiler. But it's just a front end. Really, the biggest pain about it, the biggest pain dealing with all this nonsense, is the fact that I'm building on top of LLVM. So I have like, let me see. I mean, look at this nonsense. This is like LLVM on its own is 6.5 gigabytes. No, my game is not going to be public, but the compiler I'm writing, this I could. I'm doing both. Well, I'm making the game as a primary thing. So let me switch over to the game. So I'm making a compiler for my own language for my next game, because this game is being made in C++. So this is C++. Dude, why is she get stuck on that weird point location? So this is made in C++, and it shall remain to be made in C++. Maybe small portions of my own language eventually, maybe. Maybe not sure. Not sure. Why my own language? Language is more like a side project for fun. Sometimes I like to take a break and do something easier. And dude, I actually messed up direction somehow, huh? Not sure what's going on. Oh, it's pointing the robot the wrong way. But anyway, making the game is actually very difficult. Making a compiler is very easy and kind of relaxing. It's more like very chill. What's up, Info? So I make it working like on a compiler really more like a fun thing. Really what started was last week I was sick of freaking cold. I did not feel like working on the game, but I felt like coding. So I was like, you know what? I want to just have fun and make a new language. New low-level language for my next video game use. For funsies or whatnot. Because C++ is getting pretty nasty and slow to compile and just like looking out for. It would be nice to have my own language for next game. Plus, yeah. Plus, I hate all the other languages that are out there right now. I really hate them. The only thing that might be okay is Jai, but even Jai doesn't have certain needs of mine. I'll have to take care of my own. But back to compiler. I do want to work on energy field eventually. Maybe today. We'll see. Maybe I have to implement arrays. The arrays shall be implemented. Because I already have a good amount, including like I can debug the language already. I got syntax for Visual Studio and for VS Code, including error reporting. Will be different. The primary thing I'm interested in is compile times, which a few other languages can do as well. But a bigger one is the tooling. I want to have hot reloading as a first primary product of a language. Because that's what I do in C++ all the time. I want to be able to hot load, reload at the function level without needing to restart and not worrying about recompiling times. Just work in languages if it's scripting, but at the same time be extremely low level made for games. So hot reload is a must. And everything else just kind of trim down all the nasty extra crap that I don't want. For example, some languages like to say like A is a type of I32. Hell no. What do you need this crap for? Just rip it out. Just rip it out. Just assign it like that. And be fine. And I already have IntelliSense with VS Code. Look at this. C++ LSP server. Yeah. Let's get you. Let's get arrays going. All right. So if we have... The problem is just right now there's three options that this could be. So if it already exists... So I'm going to do this later. Now here... Can you give me a quick rundown on making the language? 3 minutes. Yeah, so what I do is that I learned not too long ago about something called LLVM. And so what this is, it's a specification, but it's like almost like a assembly-like language for LLM. And then LLM can take that in and produce an executable out of it, debug symbols, all kinds of stuff. So what my task when I'm making a... So what I do is just process the source code. And from here, I generate... I guess I need to... Let's fix it up. About this. Here you go. So what I do is I take this source code, process it, and then generate this text file through C++. And then I can just give that off to LLM, and it will produces executables for me, debug information, all kinds of stuff. So for example, even now I can actually go to Visual Studio and be like, yo, debug this thing. And look at that. You get A information, you get stepping information, you can see value changes, so for returning and stuff. Pretty slack. Pretty slack. Let's do some more fancy stuff. Haven't integrated compiler yet, but this one can work. Yeah. So now you can actually see the values change. All that works is like a full real compilation. Like the only thing I need to do is text transformation. Decode what this is into this. But I don't even worry about AST, honestly. I just kind of process things as I go. I don't care about special abstractions. What I do, though, is I break up source code into tokens like these, and then just kind of figure out what they might mean as I go. But I don't particularly do anything. The one thing I do is I do break up source code into operations. For example, here's a unit test where it decodes a function into a chain lists of operations at a high level, such as like start scope, variable assignment, and declaration. And then you have straight up assignment and return value and end of scope. And then the operations can have like a bunch of things it might do, such as calling a function, have left right side for call for assignment operations, the if checks. I don't know. I just implement a bunch of references in this following matter. Plus all the types I'm already supporting. I don't particularly care about AST. It's kind of similar to that, I suppose. The one trick I'm using is that even though all these are pointers, none of these are actually heap allocated. Instead, I just have... Oh, bro. I just have like static arrays for all the different operations that you can have. And then everything is a pointer into the structures. And these are actual tokens. Probably have to expand the size eventually, but it's kind of nice having all this limited. So if something goes crazy and explodes, I can just figure it out. So anyway, what was I working on? So if the current token, and if the next token is this, oh yeah, this is already in. Yes, I already know that this is a variable type. Actually, no, I just checked that that it could be variable type. So now it could be variable type. From main on, check if it is indeed a variable. If it is a variable, it's going to be one of these. And if not, it's going to be declaration. So let's start declaration. Okay. Declaration. Okay. Damn declaration. Now the next thing, technically it's a number, but in the future it could be a const variable. Probably doesn't matter too much for now. I'm just gonna call it that it should be a variable. Declaration. And maybe assignment in the same declaration. hrec. Bounce in, bounce out. All good. The less I talk today, the better. Let's do interesting stuff. Okay. So now the next token is this. Do I have the after? I do. It's kind of funny to call it that. Kind of funny to call it that. Do I want to support unspecified array size? Not even sure how it's specified. So, I mean, maybe take the size in the future from the assignment operation. Maybe like a string array from a const string. Don't have a char yet, huh? What is a string usually? Actually, do I even support a string just like on its own? I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll have to pull in stuff like this. Fine. Guess that'll work. I guess that works. That's funny, VS Code colors this in, huh? Okay. Okay. What is it, like 7? Ooh. Oh, this is... Oh, this is not signed. Interesting. I mean, rather, this is signed. Interesting. Interesting. I'm actually curious on this. Why in strings on LLVM IR signed 8 byte? Doesn't have a dedicated chart type. Bit sightness. Oh, it's not part of a type. Interesting. Only matters when you do an operation, right? Interesting. I have forgotten about that. I have forgotten about that. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's not guaranteed to be signed. Oh, little biscuit. It's usually signed. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I was feeling like. Interesting. I see. Alright. That's why C++ freaks out of warnings between signed and unsigned, because that's an extra operation to convert. Interesting. I mean, it's... Yeah, it was a promotion for sure, though. Station registers. But wait, but if I were to compare... Signed and unsigned together. We're gonna have to transform one of them. Yeah, just what I thought. Waiting. Why didn't have zero extend? Interesting. I really didn't want to dive into this just yet. Unsigned values makes sense. Unless assigned extend. Preserving the signed bit, okay. Okay. I understand. I understand. Whatever. Okay. I mean, it should be. Array of unspecified sizes are not yet supported. So let's just make this smarter a little bit. The next node is the current variable. Then we need to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 4 tokens. Invalid array declaration. Pum, 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 pum. Right, so now I can say open bracket token. Alright. Check that, so that's fine. I was looking for one, so we just find the variable exist. Fine, open bracket. Oh, this already got checked actually here, technically. So I actually don't care about this. But this I will. Okay. So now this thing is indeed a number, and still good. All of this being here, I guess it's a quick sanity check. Valid base type for the array. Alright, now we can actually do some type. Base array type. Maybe it's more makes more sense to invert this around actually. Oh, this one's actually +3, isn't it? Actually, yeah, this is nice. Handle error first and then do the work. Fair enough. So don't need this. Okay. So if this is indeed a number, I'll invert this. Yeah. Okay. So finally. Size, we get this, we get the name. Got everything I need. Okay. So first things first. Into new type. I want to handle this. So far, I've had types not being an array. I mean, something like it's probably fine to say is array, and then treat this. Should be called base type, not built in anymore. Yeah, no, you can't write that, so whatever. Sure, I could call it an array. I could also specify here the size here. Not sure what I'm gonna do on the dynamic arrays. I guess the dynamic arrays would be just a pointer anyway. Maybe just a Sicilian bull is enough. Somehow I don't care. I don't particularly care about keeping the size here lexical level. Seems kind of pointless. Maybe just one to keep for now. Because in the future, this might need to be type of a type of a type. Future would have to be an array of an array. Interesting. Well, now I'm not gonna care. I'll just do simple arrays first, and then I'll think about it. I'll think about it then. Dimensional. Wait a second, did this here already? That's the base. So the base. Technically, wait a second, arrays are multidimensional, they have the same type. So actually, instead of a bowl, I could just indicate dimension. Yep. Liking that. Liking that. Kind of sad to do another loop-de-loop, to be honest. No, they had actually no. I mean, for now. So, place. That's right. Who else takes a side project to take a break from working in the game to make a compiler? Who else? No, what? Fine. I gotta say, compiler is so easy to write. Holy crap, it's so much easier than a video game. It almost feels like one-dimensional compared to freaking 12 dimensions of string theory of making a video game. Okay. And then we found it. Over dimensions. Not yet supported, but since the compiler you cannot assert, you have to handle it. Handle it like a man. How about arenas? For what? What you talking about, Lewis? Arena for what? For what particular purpose? One of these days I'll recover from nasty cold last week. One of these days. Handle it like a man. Indeed. What was I talking about, actually? I already forgot. Already forgot. Oh yeah, I can't assert. Because this logic here actually running for inside LSP language server protocol C++ server executable. So if this thing just crashes due to some kind of weird error, just starts to freak out, you don't want that. You want to exist no matter what you type in here, so you can continue to provide type information. Look at that. You can even tell you subtypes and stuff. Hell yeah. Oh, I don't do type information on strings yet. Interesting. Interesting. I technically haven't have Visual Studio IntelliSense working as well, but that requires a bit of a harder setup, but it works. And debugging works too. Actually, I can just test this, right? No, what did I wrong? Oh, the whole local variable handle did not specify. Oh, I didn't specify the handle as a type. Porque? Do I just do it like specifically only for that? So weird. So weird, man. Yeah, literally, I don't handle anything else. I would have to do handle here. Technically, it's a pointer, technically. Defined Visual Studio to be good with CMake. Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's always amazing. I hate CMake. I tried it, but I didn't like UI. It was just so nasty to use, man. I don't know. But also I've been using Visual Studio for like, I don't know, 25 years. So I've gotten pretty used to it. VS Code is okay. Just that it's C++ IntelliSense is what's nasty to me. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you make your own plugin extensions, then it's actually kind of doable. But the thing is, debugger is something that's still pretty nasty and disgusting. Like Visual Studio is laggy if you don't have a supercomputer computer like mine, for sure. But debugging Visual Studio, there's nobody comes even close to the quality of debugging experience of Visual Studio. Like, it doesn't freaking come close at all. Hell to the no. Control C is not. Oh, actually, it's a shortcut. Ooh. So maybe I can show you. Hell yeah, look at that. You can only see exactly what kind of assembly-like form you generate. And jump in here, get into debugger. Look at that. Incrementing the value 5 times. Booyakasha. It's a real language. Because you can debug it. Therefore, it's a real language. Now, what was I talking about? I don't care about this. This is used in place of void star, such as Windows handle. I have to think about how to handle this. I have to think. But not right now. First of all, array types. So array dimensions, we found that. Bailing the F out. In this case, I don't need to loop this anymore. Okay. If array type. This is a new array type. For example, version 2016 is way faster than 24. Yep. I mean, it's what you get when you have nasty ass engineers. Am I now fiddling in ASTO and Lexer? Neither, because I don't believe in those things. I just do the work of figuring out. The only thing that I have official, I have a tokenizer. So for example, this was the input. Which, by the way, yeah, let's get rid of this. Whoops. Why did that happen? Anyway, so for example, in this case, this is the input, and I tokenize this into each token, and then it's just going to logically step through. So I just literally just say like, hey, this is a token. That's probably going to be the size of an array. Right. Like 10 of i's. It's like so destroying your new rig. Yeah, to do it, I mean, 20 years ago, Visual Studio was faster on hardware at that time compared to what it is today, so yeah. But I have a super machine, so I can run Visual Studio fine, especially on small projects. But yeah. Honestly, if I'm doing something like low-end machines, like on the laptop, I might actually switch over to like something like 10x editor. It's okay, I guess, but I really miss integrated debuggers, so. Anyway, we got the tokens. So if this already exists, new array type. Otherwise, boom kaboom. When it burns your eyes. That's funny. Yeah. The funny part is right now is your time, your chance to affect the syntax of the language. Right now, the whole language is highly minimalistic. I don't care about nothing. There's not gonna be any nasty ass keywords, except stuff that I really need. No extra characters either. Because I know Giant and whatnot, they love to do crap like this. Oh, is it legally double? No, I think it's declaration list, not sure. But I don't want it. Why need to... Why use more words than few words do job? Okay, so we have array type. Here we go. Array variable declaration. As long as the array starts with 0, nothing matters. That's funny. That's funny. Dude, recently I had to deal with that crap because line counts and columns starts with 1 visually, right? As you can see, there's a 1 in here. And if you go in here, this is a 1 and column 1. So it's beginning is 1, 1. But internally, when you provide information to Visual Studio Code, it has to be 0, 0 based. So for example, I have array dimensions right here. A simple integer to specify that. Of no size, I mean, no size sounds like even implicit. So it might be like an implicit declaration like this, where size is specified, it's just more like a helper thing, so you don't have to worry too much about that. There's a completely open-ended one, which I haven't bothered much. Once I add heap alloc, then I'll have to think about how I want to handle it. Honestly, I'll probably just do a pointer in that case. Just support a pointer type. Probably. Because this language is supposed to be extremely low level. I don't want to do some high level abstractions. Just do bare minimum and get the hell out of the way. What's up? Funakogama. I use not, that's right, like a man. I found it about like a year ago, a year and a half, somebody told me in a stream. I was like, wait a second, that's awesome. Yeah, ands are pretty sweet. I have them here. Where do I have them? Here, yeah. I'm actually going to borrow that and have it for my language as well. Now, obviously, you still need like binary information, you still need that, but for logical ands, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway. So at this point, I know that it's going to be a variable declaration at least. Although, I could poke just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Is it or this? Declaration or not? Yeah. Because I need this here. Declaration, this will be an assignment. Am I making a C-like language? Pretty much. Yep. What happened? Still going strong. Just doing a little side project. And I may use this language for some offline build tools, compiling shaders and whatnot. But maybe the next game will be done that. But maybe I'll find a way to just integrate the language into here. So I can write a portion of the code in that. I don't know. I might just remain like a fun compiler project. Some kind of nasty bug. Why is she getting stuck on something? What the hell are you getting stuck on? Oh, a tag just... My compiler is so much easier compared to fixing bugs like these. So much easier. Oh yeah, not sure if this was shown on the stream before. With straps now and decals. And now you can actually... the decals highlight the robot when it's in range of your attack and can be attacked by you. Otherwise the decal just kind of hides away. No decal. Might even make this decal like tremble when you're getting attacked. Might be something on it. I mean, I could use a decal to indicate how much life there is in the robot, but I'm not sure if it's that readable, to be honest. It's probably not. Probably not. Alright, so let's do declaration first. Let's go look at some example. Sorcerer, that's right. Looking hot. Actually, just recently has been researching something you haven't seen in a year. Something you haven't seen the whole of last year. The male hero. Line up. Bam. That's actually looks good with a circle. I need to see this one more time. Come here, Bubba. Let's get the scrap out of my face. Bam. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't care who you are. That is pretty good. Yeah, get this thing out of my face. Bam. Caveman indeed. But he needs a lot of work. I haven't touched him in a year. I need to fix a bunch of things, actually make it feel good. It looks okay, but plus including chain kicks around and stuff. Bam. You can almost do like a fast travel. Just kicking everything to the face. To the face. Here's playing without a mouse. Bam. Bam. Sit back down. This actually feels good to play without a mouse. Just like keyboard actions. It's actually pretty sweet. Bam. Oh, now you know. Except these guys don't show the selection. I'll even need to do double arrow, change the color. Bam. Yeah. Add a little bit of audio to it. It's gonna be sweet. Sweet. Okay, that was a good mental break. Alright. So operation. Operation. I don't know. I think I'm gonna need to debug this to see what state I'm in. Male hero's right. Because here's the thing. When a male hero kind of loses life or whatever, he gets reset the hard way or whatever. But when the hot chick goes down low in life, the hero's actually gonna swoop in, take out all the robots, and just take her away. So I'm gonna need that guy anyway. Anyway. So you know what? I need to remember, how did this do a declaration here? Declaration. Ah, yes. I need to do this whole thing. Makes sense. All this checking. Right. Right. Create a new variable. Makes sense. Now it made data. What is this? Why do I not remember token mid? Oh, that's for IntelliSense. But I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I'm just gonna take it. Since it's largely the same thing. Largely the same. The only difference is array variable declaration. Handwritten lecture and parser. Hell yeah, like a real man. Yeah, basically I have a custom front end, and LLVM IR is a backend. So what I do is I go from here to this. And this is generated through a handwritten code, including all this debug information. Including IntelliSense, once this begins to accept arrays. Soon. Luckily, unlike making a video game, compiler is extremely easy. Extremely easy. Okay, check. Actually, I don't need... Here, I could say this. That is good. Actually, hold on a second. I can do focus mode. Except that. Whatever. Oh, this got confused. Did I delete to check. Oh, I must have. I must have. Also working on a C-like language. Compile time's nice. Monomorphize genetics. Generics. I haven't looked generics much, but I'll get to it. It's LLVM, nice. Could generate a string builder by hand? Yeah. LLVM or API is so disgusting and nasty. It's way more verbose, so much harder to understand, dude. Like, holy crap. Holy crap. With writing this, it's just so much easier and nicer. Although my language is more like C++, closely in that. In fact, when I debug it, even shows up as C++. Except this is out of place now. It's C++. This shall be to do. Unexpected during array variable declaration. Okay. Now here I got declaration, number of sets, scope check. Checked all of that, sounds good. Create a new variable. Where's the type? I don't need this. I already know the type. How does debug info work? Yeah, it definitely jumps into whatever thing you need. It's really just a matter of providing this little tag. So this tags your operations to the source code. So for example, line 13, this thing here, which is debug location. So here you get your number, you get your column, you get your scope. Scope in this case is a lexical block, such as that. So yeah, as long as you provide all this mountain of debug information, it's gonna work perfectly. Right now a bunch of stuff is hard-coded like this, but outside of that, yeah. Plus taking up functions and all kinds, doing a few semantic calls. But bulk of work is really in your Extra anyway. Anyway, this gets marked as what? As a type. Fair. Wait, where do I... Kind of weird that I put type instead of value. Really weird, to be honest. But you know what? That's fine. Okay. Specified the array type. Good. Variable check. I don't need to attach it to something, but at this point I need to use some debugger anyway. Go debugger, go. Already used and abused. Fair. I just haven't done it yet. Oh. Yeah. Okay. It's going to be object-oriented programming language. So I already have structs. So I already do support a struct. We can do something like, hello, is it gonna freak out? It might freak out anyway. He's gonna freak. Looks like it's gonna freak. That's kind of sad. I have to oh, sounds like I actually got hung. But anyway, let's trim it down again. There's gonna be some light concept of structs like this, but nothing too wild and crazy. Nothing too crazy. Okay. What about my breakpoint? What about my breakpoint? Excuse me? Can be a variable. What about here? Does it get here? Finally. Got something. Got something. Okay, this is a 3. Wait, how's that a type name? That makes no sense. What the hell, dude? This is a bracket. And so it is a bracket. Oh, is bracket in between alphabet? Wow. That's pretty nasty. So I did it from A. Oh, there's a bunch of symbols in between. I didn't pay attention. I did not pay attention, huh? So I'm gonna do it A to Z. That could be nasty. Yeah, but structs are so easy in LLVM AR. Just such a breeze. Such a breeze. Well, documentation on LLM is actually sucks anyway. I don't even use it. I just use ChatGPT to ask me how. Just give it my own language, and ask the AI to convert it to LLVM AR. And that's it. You've got structs. Support attaching static and instance methods gradually. Yeah, sure. Kind of like Jai. Makes sense. Yeah, I have seen that. I don't know if Audi and everybody else does it. I have seen Jai do that for sure. I don't know if I want to do that, to be honest. Not sure if I want to. I'll think about it when I get there. Alright, anyway. So now this should correctly fall into here. Okay, good. Excellent. So no, right? No. Whoops. Whoopsies. So the hard part will be parsing it lexically, and then the easy part will be LLVM after that. Anyway, let's see. We got array size 3, close bracket check, type. Whoops. Whoops. Post is a semicolon. Good. I need to implement this for my own Visual Studio for my language. So I can just debug and see this in line, because this is so helpful. Okay, check. On the base, it's not gonna find anything else. Makes sense. Where's my taken optimization? The thing is hard to achieve in lining that culminations error. Well, first of all, LLVM already does it. Like, it literally does all that for you. Now, it will be slow, I suppose, whatnot, but LLVM does optimization pass on the IR code. So you can output whatever nasty stuff you want and make a debug builds a little bit slow, but then run optimization pass and it'll be just fine. And you can then literally go and compare your assembly output versus Godbolt as an example. What do you do? Like, LLVM just makes it way too easy. This will just text-to-text conversion. After that, everything is done. Executable, debug symbols, optimization passes, linking, all that just magically is done for you. It's a sweet deal. It's a sweet deal. So we got a array size of 3, which is correct. Right, it says 3, 32. Base type by 32, good. Need to specify this thing here. Do I need anything else in here? I guess that's the IR. Actually, it's really just almost the same copy, actually. Just the same damn copy, just different dimension. But you're only gonna do your own inlining and all that if you're gonna skip LLVM at all. And then, yeah, you can do completely all your own stuff. But then you have to do linking, debug symbol production, figure out PDB format and so on. Sure, you can do that. Or just use LLVM for a bit. Depending level of fun you want to have. If you really want to go fast compilation even for release builds, having your own stuff is going to be amazing. You probably don't need much to get a fast executable, fast enough anyway. I bet you. Array. Should I keep a size? Maybe. Single implement optimization. Type switch is cute, nice. Well, it depends what kind of optimization you're talking about. You can always do optimization at the high level before IR. Sure, you can rewire operations or what, ASTs or whatever you want. So there's different levels where to do optimizations. You could probably do some real good optimization at the higher level where you were at before dropping down all the way to IR. Because IR primarily optimizing like registry allocations or whatnot, which you may be able to do even more at the higher level. But it's something you're just gonna do. It's much less if you have a compiler for an actual project, because that kind of drives you direction, so not just aimlessly optimizing for decades. Know what I mean? Okay. Seems to check out. Let her rip. Base array type. Dimensions. Line source definition, yeah. I probably don't want to do, I don't know. Because it's not a class. So I don't think I'll need this. Okay, we do all this. Do I have the out here? No, we don't. Which makes sense. Top operation shall be... Here's my AST, you can call it that. Just a chain link of operations of different types. Bunch of chains, either take a result of something, called function, have value like a number 5. Access a variable, different if checks. Scope. Did I say scope? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Scope was set. Boom, 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 boom. So that would work. Optimize before you are sure. I mean, that, but the thing is, whatever optimizations you do before IR is a different kind of optimization. Those are not related pretty much at all. It's just a high level optimization. But there are still optimizations you have to do around the way you use registries. So you're not going to be running away from optimizations anyway. For example, these are like assembly-like operations. And for example, in this case, to generate number 1, and this it's actually full instruction to do that. Whereas you can optimize it down to just call 1 in here. So putting temp 0, just put a 1 here. Right? Yeah, load. No, it's loads of value. Oh, this is wrong anyway. Let's produce some nasty stuff. Anyway. Variables not declared and available in the scope. Let's see, what did I do? What did I do? I probably did not advance token forward, did I? Probably not. Yeah. Oh, I actually hit that. No, you could. You could. See where we... It's not gonna work yet, but I want to see... What's the next token that you see? It sees open bracket. It sees open bracket, so I need to advance it by 1, 2, 3, 4. But like 4 of these guys. Constant folding, yeah. But even outside of that, like when you sum operations up around and so on, there's still a bunch of optimizations you can do at assembly level. Because constant folding is one, the other one is variable folding. But here's the thing though, the moment you do optimizations like that, your debugging ability goes out of the window. Because you might rearrange code or whatnot. So it's gonna get nasty fast. Plus the other thing, I don't think you even need to worry about that. Like for example, my game runs amazing. Like here's this game. My game is a debug build. 4K, ray tracing. Running at, does it still work? Look, 300 frames in debug build, dude. And this is C++ debug build, no less. So I don't think you need to be optimized that much to do well. Like optimized build does run faster by like 2 or 3 times. point, I only notice it at this level, so it doesn't change too much. So I think optimization's in some way kind of overblown. You can do most of a good effect with very little effort, I think. Very little effort. Just do anything stupid and it should be amazing anyway. So if C++ debug build can run like that, your own custom language can run circles around that. Alright, what do we got? We got semicolon, good. Well, that kind of worrisome. That kind of worrisome. Chain operation. What else we got? That's kind of worrisome, but it looks like it handles it just fine. Actually. Can't use from our own syntax already, huh? But maybe do one more advancement. Whoops. Unknown operation type. What'd you do? Oh, I'm doing too much at once. Doing way too much at once. I don't have that yet. Array access is something that still needs to be implemented. Unknown type. Wait, now I'm just confused. Alright. Who dares? Looks like it fell back into... Tag pointers. Basically adding extra info such as type info or pointers. Is that when you squeak a tag inside part of a 64-bit value? Yeah, an upper bit. A bunch of languages do that all the time, sure, I guess. You can always do it if you're really into it. Nothing's stopping you. That sounds more like a space optimization, sure, I mean. There's many ways to handle it. One way is you tag it inside. The other one is you have your pointer just be like a lookup value when you store it somewhere else. Whichever works better and faster for you. Not a big deal. Well, the thing is, like, what exactly going to do? Like, type info check? I mean, it really depends if you want to do runtime check versus compile time check. Because me personally, I don't want to do any runtime checking because that crap is slow. So yeah, you better optimize it quite a lot then. Whereas I prefer to get checked only at compile time. And then runtime, you're free to do whatever you want. So if anything, I'm doing a language to do more work for myself. But get less of it get in my way at runtime. Compile time, I'll accept a little bit. Okay, so let's go back to... This error happens after this. Sometime after this. Dude, nice. You know what? Why don't I just fix it? Bring it to the last. mean, see, that's the thing. Like, I just go back to the beginning. Instead of like thinking what you can do, focus on why you want to do it. Or better yet, step back entirely and focus what you actually need to get done. And then from that, see what you come up, what type of particular problem you're actually solving. Because you can do a million things, but the trick is finding out, having a focus to do what you actually need as opposed to what could be done. So return. Is that gonna freak? I don't remember. Yeah, this one should bail out. It didn't bail out. Oh, so maybe actual bailing out like that was fine. Need tags for switching on types that are pointers. Switching on types, tags that are pointers. I guess if you're dynamic, I mean, I don't know. Like, if you have some kind of, depending on your language, because you would think that you know the type ahead of time. If you do, it almost sounds like a compile time switch. At least for me, it is. So far. But then you can take a tag from it, and tag it and cast it. I mean, my philosophy is different. I think in my case, what I would do is instead give back the value to the user and then let them do the switch based on that. So if anything, instead return some kind of like an integer back to the user and then they can do the switch on their own. Or something like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to see based on use. I'm a simple man. I just want to make games that are fast enough, languages that get up on my business. Switching based on types, dude, I don't think I ever had to do that. I don't think I care enough to do it. Switching based on value, yeah, but based on type, maybe for template work, I guess. I'll have to see like a really good use case to see that, because I don't want to do implementation like that anyway. Anyway, let's see. Actually, I lost track of it already. So let's see. With this, is this out? It's still a variable declaration for a variable. I should put it at the top. And the type is dimension. Good. Good. So this will decrement it, and that sounds dangerous actually. But did chain it. What's the next token? Semicolon. I'm a simple man. Let's just keep it like that. Variable, I want to be right here. Go. Like LLVM is such an easy step to this. Let's just see. What do we get? Do we get something nasty? At least it gets processed, so that's good. So now it's time to examine what kind of stuff I'm creating. Does it fail there? I don't understand. Am I calling the wrong... Oh, I am calling the wrong thing. Nah. Now time to examine this stuff. Antler 4, no idea, man. Used for parsing? Ooh, no. Parsing is way too important to give it to somebody else. Absolutely not, dude. Plus, it's easy. It's really easy. And then you get your full power. You can just do debugging. It's so easy after that. Intelligence is very easy. Parsing, dude, parsing is so easy. Like, no. That's the one thing you want to keep control of. Once you handle this, you can let that tool generate that stuff. That one is fine. But no. Parsing, don't you do it. Okay, line 19. What is going on? Line 19. This is the actual code that does things. Let's blow it up. Blow it up. Yeah. Type 0. Why is there a new line here suddenly? What is this double nested stuff? It probably just doesn't handle it right correctly. So let's go do that. Let's go do that. Right. This is what's going to be here, right? Yeah. Okay. The other thing about optimization, I would worry optimizations after you have something working first, and then see if it's actually running slow enough. Because my guess, what you're really paying for is that all those runtime checks you're doing is going to cost arm and a leg. And then you better optimize to catch up. Well, you know what? It's time to use AI. Here's the breakthrough use of AI right here, coming up. Let's make sure it gets converted into proper project. Go. Like, who needs LLM documentation after this, dude? After this. Okay, so what am I doing? Ooh, so I can locate array straight up. Oh, this is so easy, like taking candy from a baby. It's fine. That's access. I've done this before. Store into the pointer. The index is here. And then read out, probably the same. Oh, in this case, it kept the pointer. It kept the pointer, so optimized it away. Fair? Fair. Okay, I understand. So let's do this thing first. Kind of get nasty. Do I want to do a switch? The feature I actually care about to do, because optimization crap, just rewrite of stuff. What I actually want in a language like this is hot reload at a function level. So you can just patch it up without restarting and recompiling. Now that is the end goal. Everything before that is minor stuff. Okay. Okay. So go this, Alec. Line 16? Why would you line 16, dude? That's not gonna be right. Why is that on line 16, dude? Yeah, that's what I thought. For vector friendliness. How would you patch? Well, it's already done. So I'm using my game already. So I have this stack integrated for me. So they do this for C and C++. So for example, fire up the game. So here's the engine running on the side. I'm just kind of listening to it, paying attention to any source code changes. Because this is state of the art. This is paid professional product. So for example, what can I change to mess it up? Might be easiest thing might be I'm GUI, honestly. Might be easiest to do that one. Because doing gameplay logic might be a bit too much work. For example, here's your scene debugger. Let's go find it. Scene debugger, right? Right now it's called scene debugger T blah blah, right? So we'll just simple thing, I'll just do dots. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna save the file. This thing is gonna detect the change. I'm gonna even do this like this. So save, detected the change, patched in half a second. It detected which file changed, which object specifically. It created a patch for it, it patched it in, hooked it in, it's all in half a second. And so now, this window has dots. There's no restart, no reload, the game continues on just fine. So when I'm working on this game, it's just complete heaven. By the time I'll tap back out, it's already done. It's already good. It's already good. That's what I want in my own language. That's what I'll have to have, because I will not sell for any less. Hell no. Hell no. But yeah, you basically have to do assembly patching. Find where the function is at. Create a jump from there and jump to your own custom patch implementation at the simplest level. Okay, back to here. Size. Wait. I might want to actually have a size. Damn. Can you have to load everything? Well, it's specifically good for functions. Hard reloading memory layouts, that's a bit challenging. But yeah, if it's a function, it could be anything. The only problem is you do need to leave the function before you re-enter it so you can jump to different locations. So you won't be able to patch a main function because main function never leaves without closing everything down. But who cares about that? In practice, you want to patch up your game code all the time, which, dude, like most of the time spent is here's something better. What happened is that the game was patched while I was debugging. What actually can happen is that if I'm inside a debugger, for example, I would say I go here and I put a breakpoint. Okay, put a breakpoint. Go back to. All right, so now I'm inside a debugger, right? So here I can modify the file, save it. It will interrupt the debugger for a brief moment. And then we'll continue on like it's no big deal. And the game's still running. It doesn't need to re-grab the point though. If I modify it. Because I think the symbol changes. So sometimes the debugger gets a little bit confused. But the point is you can actually debug and intercept the debugger. Because you can actually talk to Visual Studio to continue on. Because usually we have problems modifying the code while it's being debugged, but not this one. It's still just amazeballs. I've used it over 2,000 times already for hot reloads. So you can do some magic, absolute magic. But here looks like I actually need the size, dude. I thought I didn't, but I do. Explicit array size. Although, the only problem is, it's going to be multi-dimensional, it's going to be more challenge. And it is crazy. Crazy useful. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. That checks out. Get the base type. I thought. Bro, what do you need? You need the size. Gets me that. Comma 4. Computer alignment. Right. Oh yeah, there's no debugging here. That's right. That's right. Yeah. That almost smells like. Maybe array size shouldn't be on the type, but on the variable instead. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put it on a variable of value. Put it here. Why not? Yeah. I approve that. Value, variable value. Yes. Oh, I did this again. Maybe. That's what it was. Okay. Debug. Okay. 18. Temp 0. It is 32 indeed. Expected to be a pointer. But anyway, this needs a new line. Oh, needs a declaration. For debug. Variable. Local variable. What the hell is this? Wander's getting some weird behavior. Okay. That marks this up. Don't want new line there. Okay. Do you want a new line here? Okay. So stack declaration needs a space. Needs space. Put on this. Oh, I have a bug in just returning one on its own. That's a problem. It's not related to arrays. But this part is already good. Just stack allocation. What does it say for type? I might need to be more explicit about the type actually. Type 7. Ooh. Redeclare the same array twice. So I'll need to expand the name a bit more here. To make it different. Interesting. Interesting. But first things first. But this is a good amount of effort already. Array declaration on a stack. And now, it's gonna be bag. Get some water first. Okay. Now somewhere here. Array access, right? And I get here, right? Yes. Good. In this case, it gets called after return operation, right? Yeah, inside return, good. What do you type though? I need reference. Doesn't do much here, huh? Is that really what happens? I guess. I guess. Now. I'll have variable index here, of course. Needs an index. It needs them index variable. The index access. I could use that actually. On array index. Sure. Sure. Need these bad boys. Now this one I'll keep it as a number for now. Do I want it below negative indexing? That's a good question. Maybe not. Maybe not. Is it okay to index by a negative number? Question. All a good question. All a good question. Let's get it done. Almost there. Nothing on top. Good. Specifying a variable. Good. Get the 1. Good. Was like 3 or something. What is this? What is this? Semicolon, good. Good, good. Just want to make sure. Yeah. Ooh, unknown operation. Good, 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 good. The final step of evolution. See what I need to do? Let's get pointer, right? Just get pointer. Get pointer. Hmm. Ooh, actions specify the explicit type. Okay, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. The size. It's on a value. Wait. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Pointer. Variable. Check. The type. No, wait, this is indexing. That's gonna be the easy part. See what we got. What do we got? Got your crap in there. For this. Ooh. That should be a space. These already used at 47. Yeah, has to do with this, but at least that looks pretty good. Accessing indexing, just to check. If I go to 2, that should change to 2. It does. Good. Good. I mean, hell, even this might work now. Yeah, not yet. Okay, but this is correct. I do need to handle this differently. Why is it the same type, actually? It's worrisome. That is worrisome. Because I would think that the type... This is a 7. Variable types. They're both 7. Why are they both 7? Oh, because I got copied it. Oh. That's right. I remember now. I remember now. Here. Right? Yes. Go. It actually doesn't complain, which is suspicious because this is wrong yet, but this is just debug data, so that's fine. No, until I do this, there's not a whole lot of point, to be honest. But it looks good otherwise. Loads it up, returns it. Good. Even kind of curious, actually. Ooh, debug information. It's not right. What the phone? Now do the same sample with DBG nodes. Blah blah blah. Dude, I didn't. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing. Oh, I put it here. Okay. Fair enough. This one looks the same as everything else. Nothing special here. Let's go for 8. Local variable type 3. Composite type. Now this right there makes sense. That makes sense right there. No, let's not. Let's focus one thing at a time. It's a basic type. Array. Element. Size. Element. Subbranch. Do that first. But this access will be nice to get working. Shouldn't be much effort. Invite last site for the assignment. Yeah, I know. Just missing a simple implementation. On the parsing side. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe just a flag enabling? Well, that's a funny comment. Let's correct that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Left hand. It's not right to left. Why is it saying that comment? It really shouldn't. It shouldn't. Because this is correct. And then into that, you're right. I'm still debugging. I'm debugging here. One gets written there. Which honestly, everything looks Gucci. Honestly. Now that is not right. So why is it going into that? Oh, gets tricked thinking it's a member access, but it's not. I see. No, little buddy. You can tell which it is by looking at the type. Right. That's more like it. Index. Okay. Write that in. Good. Left side. Good. And then here we go. I just wrote that. I just wrote it. Already used. Side pointer index. Check. Check. Seems to make sense. Line 20. But I thought, oh. Well, well, well. Good value of 1 is return. Wow. Hell yeah, it's working and working. Now debug stuff. Debug. Now debug stuff for this thing. I think it gets here, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Now, that's the first step. Rate type check. Base type. Base type. Where's the name? Name was here. Where the hell is the name here? Oh, it has a base name. So it's not going to need a name. Fair. Fair. Base type. Base type. Oh, base type. Gonna have to walk the types to find that. Unless I provide a pointer, maybe. Where's my compiled target, Mr. Torby? It's Windows x64, but LLVM IR can go on pretty much anything on the planet. So it's really more about the question what kind of libraries you bring in. Right now I'm only really compiling up against kernel 32 and some runtime, not runtime, but dynamic CRT. So that kind of makes it a Windows. But LLVM is pretty flexible. So they can go into whatever. Into what else? Now. You know what? I'm gonna do this right now. What's the output? So I have a front end. I have a front end. It goes from this text format to this text format. And then I shove that into LLVM. I use C++ API of LLVM to process that for me. So for example, here's a thing where I'm giving input LLVM IR that I'm ready to give. Right now it's just file. And then LLVM will do target 64 on Windows. I don't do optimization passes right now, but just process that, create the object file, PDB file, executable. Executable. Whatever links I want, link it, compile it, and then just spit it out. And that gives me just a single standalone executable, my compiler. It's a bit big because it links everything statically from LLVM. It's like 150 meg, but it's nice and standalone. So all I do is convert this to this text file, and then this goes into LLVM, produces a real final thing. It already works. Already you can debug it, whatnot. The only thing here is debug information is a bit on the wrong side. It might work if I put this to 0, because this needs to be showing an array. It needs to be showing an array. And for that, I need to specify some extra debug information, which was plenty already, but gonna do them more. The type notation. Talking about in the language. Are you talking about in the language? Let me see. Ooh. Oh, I didn't compile that one. I guess I didn't. Yeah. It's kind of inspired by a lot of languages that I've seen, including Java and whatnot. Except I don't see the reason for have like extra semicolons or whatnot. I think they do double in Java. I mean, it makes sense. I get it. It probably makes it easy if you have a highly complex language. But I'm doing something simple, so just spit the crap out. I already support structs. I'll just do this, and that's it. Let's say a class or struct. I haven't gone past that though. That already works, but arrays is a new thing today. What do you mean by selfish? My game is it's called Selfish Games. The language is being made to be used for the next project. Probably not this one. But this one's called Selfish Heroes. So this is all C++. But right now I'm having fun of a side project of implementing some language of my own. It's not that difficult so far. So maybe we can come up with a way to integrate it partially into here. That'll be kind of cute. Probably not. Probably not. But it is a fun project. Especially once you get hot loading working in the language. So you can just hot reload the game at the function level without having to restart the game at all or recompile at all. Just compile off of like to the side and just replace it in spot. Okay. What I'm doing, dimension. Array base type. Yeah. I see you. See you. base type. Meta? Yeah. Would be better to make a bytecode JIT compile in that case. Well, my case is making games that are highly performative and debug builds. So just in time just sounds nasty and disgusting. No, plus you don't need that to do that. It already exists. Like I know it's possible to be done. Like on my game already, I'm already using a paid project called C++ hot reload. This can reload C++ at the function level. I use that in my game all the time. It just sits there, listens for any kind of automatic changes to the files, and patches them and at the speed of light. At the speed of freaking light, dude. So I'm so spoiled because of that I have to implement that myself and in my own language. And when it's ready 2-3 years from now. Bit size. Which, by the way, I didn't correctly set. Actually, I think I can just multiply this by array size. Right, yeah. Don't need this. Trap. What's backracking? What's this language for? It's for my games. In a short term, my idea is to use this language for one of my build tools. For example, I have this little tiny shader compiler that I have. And that compiles GLSL files for me at compile time, at build time. So there's barely any code in here. So this will be the first test zone for me to use this language for this. See how it feels. But it's going to be a while before I can really do that. I'm doing a bunch of stuff in here. A bunch of stuff. But it's really cute because it actually can run and stuff. The kernel executable size is tiny, 5.5 kilobytes. Although PDB is biggish, but that's how PDB files are, on 40 kilobytes. But it runs. It already runs, dude. It runs. Let's look at that. Returning 111 right now. Right, 111. Can change to 2. Boom, returning 212. Boom. How you like that now? Ooh, can I do this? Probably should just work, right? No. Summation needs help. Is it because he has specific needs? Yes. Side quest from the game? Yeah, it's a side project. I was sick of a cold last week, so I was like, you know what, I don't feel like working on the game. Just sick for that. Let me work on something simpler like a compiler. I don't have, see, there are no solutions right now that have hot reload, low-level systems languages for games that are fast to compile. Like Jai is fast to compile, so is Auden. But they don't care about hot reloading, and Auden doesn't care about tooling at all. So it's whatever. Plus, I don't need that much from a language. I don't need to do anything super fancy. Just hot reload, fast compile times, that's it. Including fast performance and a debug build of great debug symbols. C++ so far is being good for that. It's almost too perfect, honestly. A powerful system, I'm barely dragged down, so I might not need this for a long time to come. A long time. Let's compile IntelliSense server. And boom. Look at that IntelliSense. Now this needs to have a pretty name though. I'll have to work on that to make sure it points and it's an array and not just a number. Let's compile. Ooh. No. No, it will not. It will not. It will not compile yet. Anyway. Back to debug information. Bit size check. Elements. And just the size. Wait, did I really put in a freaking value? No, that's not gonna fly. It needs to be here. The size of an array is part of a type, unfortunately. So I thought I was being smart, but I wasn't. I was not. Okay, that takes care of that. This is to do. Let's fix that. Just some minor rewiring. Which means I'll have to have sizes specific by size. Okay, array declaration. It's size. Yes, I should keep the size. Okay. Fine, if that's the way he wants it, that's where it's gonna get it. It's gonna get it. Okay. What was for again? I forgot. Elements. Subrange. Count 3. I can just combine it together, dude. AI, don't be weird. What is this? All I need is something like this. Elements. Oh, that's a bang. That's a banger. That is a banger. So this one gonna be double, followed by the size here. Let's see how that looks. Good luck indeed, Mr. Trap, indeed. Just a bit fast, simple language, some stuff he wants to do, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you this much, LLVM IR is insanely easy to do. Like, it's literally just a text transformation. Like, there's barely anything to do. Like, go from here to some fancy assembly like write-ups. And then after that, you get everything. You get optimizers, linkers, debug symbols, executable, targets 1001 platforms. Like, dude, why would you not? Until you have the balls to write your own one. So it actually compiles faster in optimized passes. It's good enough. Alright, so let's see what we got. No errors here. We'll get type. I mean, looks good. Let's see. Now, isn't this beautiful? Look at this debug information. Perfect. Perfect. Return 222. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yes. Oh yes. Look at that. It took 3 hours, but I have a raise. I got a raise, baby. For days. The biggest thing you need to add is a new object. Light brings you build types to it. Yeah, I don't know. It all sounds way too much work. LLVM IR are just so clean. The AI can just... I just literally produces everything I need in terms of documentation and sample. Like for example, here's me was I'm like, because this language I just made, right? And AI is like, yeah, sure, I can figure out what this means. I just let me generate LLVM IR from you, and from this you can just learn it. Retro console, some older stuff. Yeah, I guess if LLVM doesn't target that, then yeah, you're on your own. So let's see. Okay. We might as well poke around. To 1, 3, 5. Boom. Booyah shkala. Booyah. Booyah kasha. Bunch of index accesses. Look at that. It's so easy. It's just so easy. Hey, Extras. Welcome back. You just came the right time to watch arrays being functional in my language. It would be nice to update IntelliSense to give a proper name here. It's not i32, it's array. What? Works. Boom. Making language? Probably for the second game, but maybe partially. I might use it in parts for some small things, such as a shader compiler. I have this little, like 100 lines of code here, 200 lines of code here to compile my shaders, and it runs at build time, so it's not part of the game. So I could replace this with my own language and see how it feels. Could do that, could do that. The only question I have is how come this... Really? Really? Fine, let's do a negative test. Let's do a negative test. Shut you down. Now it did fail, but why did it crash? I guess IntelliSense crashed. Oh, fine. Let's go debug IntelliSense server. Check out this power. Bam. And now let's make it. Interesting. I ran out of space on the operation. No variables. Oh. Wait, I'm indexing to variable, but there are no variables. So why use 0? Why use 0, bro? Interesting. Interesting. Mr. IntelliSense server getting JSON. And a buffer. Let's look at the buffer. Buffers as expected, nothing crazy. Nothing wild. Nothing buck wild. And yet... Kinda suspicious. Why variables at 0? Don't make no sense, but okay. I guess it's... No. Variable index. Variable index, variable index. It actually crashes. Too bad. I mean, I get this, but I don't get a crash. In both cases, don't build LLVM. Ah, good, good. Huh. Not quite understand. Anyway, let's see. Let's do a full run on this. Unexpected, that's correct. Technically, this is unexpected, actually. But I do want to get this working. Okay. So why is this being a biscuit? Simplify. Okay. Index on 2 twice, because why not? Load up 2 and 3. Load up the values, check. 74. No, it's a pointer. Oh, you little biscuit. You little biscuit. I understand. Now what I'm returning. Returning. Take result off. Yeah. It's actually a good point. If it's a member or some kind of variable thing. It's operation type. It's going to be addition, right? Shell's going to be addition. Addition, left side, array, value reference. Good. This is good too. Yes, on A. Index 2. Fair. Now, this one in the end is actually a full value. Sometimes you need a pointer, sometimes not. No. Quality? Oh, really? Addition, fine. Pre-increment? No. No. Oh, I see, yeah, I could just do that. Okay. So, this guy's got nothing to do. Call function, I don't know. No. Depends on the return type of the function. Returning a value, returning function call is not yet supported. Okay, how about this? How about these apples? All good now? Yes. Oh, hell yes. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna give us a 6. Good. Let's see in debugger. 2, 3. Give back 6. Excellent. Okay. I think this ends the story of array stuff for now. Good enough for now. Hmm. In the future, these errors really need to refer to the name, to the line number being that's failing to generate. For sure. For sure. It's being compiled here, yeah. Oh yeah, that's the last thing, IntelliSense. It'd be nice to give it a proper name. Mr. IntelliSense. Hover, 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 hover. Hover. The type. The type, the type, the type. Yeah, here just gives a name. Oh wait, this is for yeah, how did they code before? Do you remember coding that? It was hard. I was making mistakes all the time. Forgotten semicolon, forgotten this, forgotten that. Dude, it was just such a time waste. I did that in college. Even back then, I tried to struggle to find anything that would help me with IntelliSense, because sometimes it's spending like half an hour to find a freaking compilation error. When you're starting out, it's hard to read. Okay, here comes an array. Here comes an array. So name is fine. For now, just see if this part actually works. This should show the cute little brackets on the A. And it doesn't. Perfect. Perfect. Anti-just perfect. I do get here, right? Oh, not. Maybe I don't. What? Oh, this one gets, but not that one. Interesting. Yeah, both Visual Code and Visual Studio use JSON to communicate. So actually, I have IntelliSense, same IntelliSense work in Visual Studio and VS Code, but VS Code is much easier to get started. For sure. The setup is less painful. Interesting. So I'm just not tagging that thing correctly for type information. Okay. I get it. I dig it. I dig it. So this one, classify tokens, which is based on this type. Token metadata. Mark it up. Wait a second. I mean, this array access. This is an array access, fine, but is this not? Are you not entertained? Oh, top. Yo, IntelliSense, give me. Fine. Fine. Alright. Give me back a variable. Value type. It does have all information here, dude. I see all information on her. Oh, am I marking the wrong index? Oh, I'm just marking the wrong index. Which index was the type? Actually, no, it seems correct. Sure, everything's compiled. Gucci. I think at least this one. No. Bruh. Bruh. Because, yeah, but this one actually looks at the type. The problem is it doesn't want to do anything with that, but fine. Variable type, again, array, dimension, explicit size, everything's Gucci. Oh. Oh, wow. Nope. It just problem of coding went too late. This is not, in fact, this. It's not a freaking member class. So field. Um, Be a lot easier anyway. Excuse me, what is this? A class field. But just to get to the variable. To get the variable. Oh, am I already specifying the name? I guess I am. Guess I am. Some variable type. Alright, I see, and then gives a type. Okay, okay. Okay. So this is actually it. Show me. Was it stale? It may have been stale. There you go. It's a type. Looking at the variable, not a type. Get the variable, not the type. Oh, a give type here already. Oh, this expansion was specifically for a class. I see. So that's not that helpful here. I understand. Jesus Christ, dude. My brain is way too slow. Alright. This is the last task here. Alright. This is what I want. Because type is already specified. Actually. I mean, if I'm gonna be doing this, in for a penny, in for a pound, you know what I mean? Let's just... I don't know how to add a number. Don't know how to add a number. That's what I get for not using STL for years. All I need is... Explicit size. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna what does it convert it into? It treats it as a character. No. I guess it's almost time for me to bring my own string class, honestly. Honestly. 2-string. That works. Snap it like a Slim Jim. Excellent news. Excellent news. I just had a space in there and it should be good. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, with that, I shall end the stream. Maybe tomorrow we'll actually do some gameplay development. Maybe. Maybe. I shall see. Until then, I shamelessly rate somebody with one viewer. Cause why not? Cause why not? PlayStation loop tables and stuff? Hell yeah. Never mind. That didn't work. The blender gets it. GG's yours. I'm gonna take care. Got arrays working. Everything's nice. Everything is Gucci.